This is creatine.
What exactly is creatine?
Creatine is something that everybody should take. Men, women, children, everybody should take.
Most people hear the word creatine and think muscle, gym bags, and a scoop in a shaker. But what keeps people from taking it is fear it damages the liver. You hear it online and even from doctors. So let's put this to rest with what the research actually shows, who should be cautious, and how to use creatine so every scoop actually counts. What is creatine? Creatine is made from 3 amino acids you already eat: glycine, arginine, and methionine. Your body stores it as phosphocreatine in muscle and in smaller amounts in the brain. When you sprint, lift, or just need a burst of energy, phosphocreatine donates a phosphate to ADP to rapidly regenerate ATP, your body's usable energy. ATP isn't just about biceps. Your heart, liver, brain, ovaries, or testes all run on ATP. When the fast energy system is topped up, everything you do feels just a little more available. Here's where the liver myth started. Some people see a bump in liver enzymes or creatinine on blood work after starting creatine and assume damage. But enzyme changes are not the same as injury. Training hard can raise enzymes. A heavy meal can move them. Creatinine can rise because more creatine is in your system, not because the kidneys or liver are failing. When researchers looked past the fear and followed people using creatine for months and years, they did not find liver harm in healthy adults. A 2017 review in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition concluded that creatine supplementation is safe in healthy individuals, with no evidence of liver toxicity. Trials in older adults published in Clinical Nutrition also reported normal liver function over time while taking creatine daily. And here's the part most people never hear. Early research in animals and some human studies suggests creatine may actually reduce liver fat, one of the main drivers of fatty liver disease. That doesn't make creatine a cure, but it points in the exact opposite direction of the myth. However, if you have liver disease or take liver-stressing meds, it is important to check with your doctor. So why does the rumor refuse to die? Fear spreads faster than facts, and the internet rewards dramatic headlines. People look for confirmation bias. The irony is that the same people warning you about creatine often drink alcohol regularly, which is a proven liver toxin. Creatine isn't in the same category at all. Now let's widen the lens, because creatine has benefits people never expect. It doesn't just help muscle performance. It supports the brain when you're under stress or sleep deprived. Vegetarians and vegans, who tend to have lower baseline creatine, often see noticeable gains in memory and problem solving when they supplement. In a controlled study of vegetarians taking 20 grams a day for 5 days, researchers reported improvements in memory and attention. Another trial in omnivores found that 20 grams a day for several weeks improved working memory and reaction time, especially under cognitive stress. That higher dose isn't meant for forever, but it shows you what happens when brain creatine stores rise. Energy improves where you feel it most: clearer thinking, steadier focus, fewer brain stalls when you're tired. You'll also hear people whisper that creatine causes hair loss. That rumor traces back to a small 2009 study in rugby players that saw a modest rise in DHT, a hormone linked to male pattern baldness. Later controlled studies found no meaningful changes in hair or hormones. Hair loss is multifactorial and often tied to genetics, thyroid status, iron and zinc status, and inflammatory scalp conditions. Creatine doesn't sit at the center of that web. Let's talk dosing in a way that matches real-world goals. For strength, performance, and general health, 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily is the gold standard. You can take it every day and let your stores saturate over 2 to 4 weeks. Take it with your biggest meal of the day, ideally one that has some carbohydrates and sodium, because insulin and sodium help move creatine into the muscle cell. Hydration matters for performance, not because creatine dehydrates you, but because it draws water into the muscle cell where you want it. That's cellular volumizing, not bloat. For most adults, 2 to 3 liters of fluids across the day is fine unless your clinician has you on a different plan. Salt your food to taste if you're training hard or in the heat. If you're a postmenopausal woman or a man over 60 worried about bone health, there's a case for going a bit higher. Studies in older adults combining resistance training with creatine around 8 to 10 grams a day report greater gains in muscle and sometimes bone health. The famous 20 grams a day from old school loading can quickly saturate stores or help during sleep deprivation, exams, or long travel. But the best safety data are at 3 to 5 grams daily, so think of 20 grams as a short-term tool, not a routine. If big doses upset your stomach, split them or stick with the standard range. Monohydrate is the default and most studied. HCl is just a comfort option for sensitive stomachs, not more effective. Skip the fancy blends. Food sources are real, they're just impractical for most people. To get 5 grams of creatine from food alone, you'd need roughly 2 pounds of meat or fish in a day. Cooking also degrades some creatine. If you eat a pound of steak, some fish, and some chicken, you might still land around 2 to 3 grams total. That's why supplementing a small daily scoop is so effective and so inexpensive. Does creatine break a fast? It has no calories and doesn't trigger insulin on its own, so for most fasting goals like weight management, performance, or simple time-restricted eating, creatine during your fast is fine. Kidneys inevitably come up next to the liver myth. A 2018 meta-analysis pooling more than 20 trials found no significant impairments in kidney function with long-term creatine use at common doses in healthy adults. That matches decades of athlete data and clinical monitoring. Again, if you have known kidney disease, follow your doctor's guidance. Here's how to put all of this to work starting today. Choose a reputable creatine monohydrate. Take 3 to 5 grams daily with a meal you already eat. Drink normally, salt your food to taste, and train with intention. If you're over 60, new to lifting, and worried about bone density, consider 8 to 10 grams a day while you're in a structured resistance program, then settle at 5 grams for maintenance. If you're facing a week of heavy cognitive demand and poor sleep, a short, split-dose protocol totaling 20 grams a day can help, then return to your baseline. If monohydrate bothers your stomach even with food, try HCl. Skip a day, just resume the next day. The win with creatine isn't a single scoop. It's showing up daily for months and letting your cells do what they're designed to do. So is creatine damaging your liver? The best evidence says no. In healthy adults, liver function stays normal. In some research models, liver stress markers go down, not up. What creatine reliably does is simple and useful. It helps you produce energy when it counts. It supports training, recovery, and day-to-day function. It can sharpen your thinking when life is chaotic. And for older adults, it can be part of a smart plan to keep muscle and bone, which is really a plan to keep independence. 2 quick notes before we wrap. If you're on medications that require close liver monitoring, or you've been told you have fatty liver, get personalized advice. Supplements should support your plan, not replace it. And if a single lab number ever scares you, ask for context, ask about trends, and ask whether your training, a hard session, or even dehydration could explain the change. Numbers need stories. If this cleared up the confusion, watch the kidney episode next because those questions never stop. And tell me in the comments what you notice first on creatine. Is it better recall at work, faster recovery in the gym, or something unexpected like steadier energy in the afternoon? Your experience helps other people move past myths and into what actually works.